All right, excellent. Yeah, Max was just telling me that my mic volume isn't the problem; it's that I'm a pussy. So that's how we're going to start this with animosity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then Arif accused himself of talking weird because he has all these dicks in his throat.
I was just say, is that why every like old politician from like the 30s has that voice? Like, they're all busy. Yeah. You know,
Have you heard?
they didn't have cameras. It was all over the radios. They could just be doing whatever they wanted over the radio broadcast.
Oh, that could be.
I bet J. Edgar Hoover was doing a lot of that.
They kind of did whatever they wanted. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a story about J. Edgar Hoover bugging Orson Welles.
Yeah.
And then Orson Welles had this radio program. Radio was always sign on. This is Orson Welles for RKO Radio, and then he would lean over into the bug every time he got in and would like yell it into the bug. This is Orson Welles.
Yeah. God, yeah, it's. I was just saying also because like back then, like you just had. It's funny because people talk about like censorship now. Like back then, it was just like okay, they're like the government was like, we just want to make sure no one's a communist, and that just gave them the license to just go fucking bug every lamp in the country and just do all kinds of stuff.
I know.
Yeah. Also, it was really. Oh yeah, you're right. Like back then, you guys do like anything you wanted. Like any president. I don't know who gets to say what you could do, but like it's weird that presidents just start adding stuff to the White House. Like a president's like, you know what, this place needs a bowling alley. They just build a bowling alley down there.
Yeah.
How do you get to decide? I thought it was just like the White House is the same place. You just live. You're just renting it, really. You don't get to fucking make executive decisions on the White House. Yeah. Like, how does it not feel like a hotel all the time? You know, like I wouldn't feel at home.
It's
Yeah.
like it was like a tradition for the first lady to redecorate the White House for a while,
That's so
wasn't it?
funny. That's such like that's such a funny misogynistic thing where it's like, okay, you just go do your thing. We'll rule the world. You just go put up some wallpaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm important. Like, yeah.
Then John Adams was in the White House, and he and his wife spent a day. I think something happened to it, and there was like a hole in the wall, even or something. It was, I can't remember, something crazy like that.
Oh, God. Could you imagine like there being like a domestic violence call to the White House? It's like, oh, the president put a fucking hole in the wall again. This guy, he can't control his temper.
Yeah. Every time a president punches a hole in the wall, they put up a picture of George Washington again.
There's just all these like very misaligned paintings. They're like, why are all these paintings in different, places? They should all be in a row. It's like, no, this is what. Don't worry about it. Yeah, they just have like they have like the George Washington crossing the river. They had George Washington signing the Declaration. They just have 50 of those. They just put it all the time as a damn He's like, oh, I spilled coffee on the thing. Just put a George Washington over it. It's all good. Yeah.
I want to marry someone who becomes president so that I can redecorate the White House with just like a man cave.
Yeah. You're gonna put like a fucking talking fish in the White House. Like the fucking premier for Ukraine comes by and like the motion sensor gets him and he gets freaking freaks out. He's like, what is this demonic capitalist invention? You're like, oh, sorry, it's a Billy the Bass.
They're just like lazy boys and flat screen TVs everywhere.
The president sits on a fucking recliner with like Cheeto dust in it, like a extra large cup for like Slurpees from 7-Eleven. Oh my god, I would love it if we had a fat fuck just as president, just a complete slob.
Dude, if I were president, I'd have one of the aides just film me doing weird shit all the time. I'd search all the couch cushions for change, and it'll be a sketch. It's like the president searching the couch cushions for change. And I'll be like, what is it?
It's like the president's like going down to the vending machine, like doesn't have enough quarters. He's like, anyone can give me a quarter? I'm good for it, please. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I need quarters. This is the only way I can do laundry.
Just the president fucking carrying a laundry bag down DC, just like to a laundromat. He's like no security. Yeah, just people think he's like a bum. But that would be hilarious.
Have you seen the movie Dave with Kevin Kline?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's like a romantic comedy from the 90s that has the most convoluted plot of any romantic comedy of all time.
Is there a president in there?
What?
Is someone the president
Yes,
Oh,
Kevin Kline plays the president, and then he plays a guy who owns a temp agency who looks just like the president, and then becomes his double. But then the president has a stroke and he's incapacitated.
this is very
So
complicated for a
Frank
rom-com.
Langella
Yeah.
says to Dave, the guy who's doubling for the president, that he needs to pretend to be the president. And then Frank Langella's idea was to wait until the double of the president, Dave, could nominate him, Frank Langella, the bad guy, as the vice president. Right after they framed the actual vice president for an SNL scandal he wasn't a part of.
This is amazing. This is like fucking network over here. This is crazy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
kind of terrified of your deep knowledge of a random fucking movie from 1997. How do you know this much about this movie, Dave?
I
don't
love
think
that
anyone knows
movie.
about this movie. This is,
I love it.
Yeah.
But look, it's so sweet because
yeah.
the president had a stroke while cheating on the first lady, and that's why they needed the double, is because the president was cheating on his wife and they didn't want anybody to know, so they had the double show up. And
This sounds good. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and
it sounds like it was not intended to be a rom-com. It's supposed to be like fucking Manchurian Candidate. Hollywood turned it into a rom-com. Yeah.
It was a completely different script.
Yeah,
before.
because it sounds like a thriller, like a political thriller. It's amazing.
Yeah, it kind of is. It just happens to be really sweet.
But
then-
I see that. Okay.
Yeah, and then Dave is a really nice guy, and the president wasn't. So Dave is like helping homeless kids and shit, and people are like, the stroke made him nice.
That's funny. Oh man, honestly, I miss when comedy movies actually gave a shit and they had some interesting plots. Yeah, and there was like weird science fiction plots, like was it the guy had like a billion clones, like Duplicity, where like there's a bunch of clones of him that's like goes out of control. There's some weird, like Being John Malkovich. There's a lot of weird comedies back then.
Yeah. I
Now
haven't
it's just
seen
like
Duplicity,
now it's just
but-
like a bunch of friends in LA and I don't know. Who cares?
like a light, well-plotted romantic comedy is probably my favorite type of movie to
I
watch.
know. They really are. They're addicted because they're so feel good that they're. Well, I remember reading that like it was actually after 9/11 that like Hollywood pushed for lots of rom-coms just to like lift everyone's spirit, which is why there's like there's all those like Made in Manhattan and this and like Hitch and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we patted our heads at the same time. That was good. Yeah. No,
What was
I was gonna say, speaking of presidential portraits, I remember my high school had like 4 stories, and they had like the presidents from 1 to 43, whatever, like from the bottom of the very first floor to the top. But it made it seem like, because the basement's like the shittiest part of the school, so it made it seem like all the shitty presidents were down here, and you walk up and it just it was a really weird journey. Yeah, so like George Washington was like by the boiler room, and then you walk up and like you end up with George Bush on the fourth floor.
Oh
It
no!
was really weird, yeah. But now it's like they're out of space because like there's no more. I don't know. They have to squeeze in these next presidents somewhere. I wonder what happened. It's yeah.
Oh man, who do you think was the funniest president?
Oh man, that's a good question. I gotta say, this might be a hack answer, but I might say JFK just because he was so weird and young. I could see him having like a very crass sense of humor.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But maybe JFK is funny in like a kind of frat boy, Ivy League kind of way. Maybe very dirty. I could see.
This kind of way.
Yeah, I could actually see like one of the Roosevelts being pretty funny. I could see them being pretty quick.
Franklin Roosevelt was really funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say he seemed like he had a good sense of humor. Also, because he was in a wheelchair, so I feel like he just has a good sense of humor.
Yeah. And you know who Greta Garbo was, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So he when he would do TV spots,
Yeah.
he would have them recorded and he would have tapes of them around, and then he would just sit with his family and watch his political TV spots.
Whoa.
He called it watching his Garbos. He said, "Let's watch one of my Garbos."
That's so. What is that? You know what? I do defend that guy. He was a good guy. If only he lived like one more year, so Truman didn't have to like inherit World War II.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I actually wondered, like, do you think they would have dropped the bombs if he was president? I feel like he's more diplomatic. I think he would have.
He was an improviser, so he would have. He was willing to try anything.
Okay.
Was the idea with him, and he was.
That's a very
he
good
was
and
such a
bad
liar.
trait. Yeah,
Also, he did put a lot of Japanese people in internment camps.
That's a good point. Also, because you're right. Because I'm pretty sure the Manhattan Project was started under his administration. So Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. All right. I stuck up for him for a second.
He did. I don't think he bombed the Japanese. Well, he did start the nuclear
He did
program
get the
and
gears
the
going. Yeah.
Japanese people.
Yeah.
If we were to predict anybody bombing the Japanese, it would have to be him. If we didn't know who did
It
it,
was gonna be
it would
him.
have to be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed all the stuff. Yeah. He was a. Oh, good. Oh, that's bleak. Okay. Anyway,
But he was funny.
he was a funny guy.
He was a funny guy. Obama was funny.
Yes, Obama was. He was on Comedians in Cars. He was very funny.
Yeah, Bush could be funny. Bush younger.
Yeah, he's another one where it's like he's literally has his hands on like a lot of bloody things that happen like like the giant war. But he was funny in like a clumsy way. Like he was like a three
Well,
suit kind of funny.
he's a child.
I would love to see him fall down. It's like fall down a set of stairs. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he and Cheney are like the two Stooges, and Cheney is Mo.
Yeah.
And then he's always knocking him on the head and shit.
Cheney is definitely the guy putting his fingers into George Bush's eyes and then blind.
Yeah. Shut up, you nitwit.
Yeah, you nitwit.
He's like, woo!
He's just hitting him with a mallet. He's like, sign the war document. He's like, come on. He just hits him with a giant hammer.
Yeah. But yeah, I really do think Bush is just like a kid. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he was the perfect patsy. Like, yeah, he had all those. He had like a goose egg, like a cartoon, come out of his head when he was raised. Yeah.
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 A goose egg.
I think that's what it's called.
A goose egg is good.
Oh man. Okay, so I unfortunately did not do a lot of research, but we have an idea for a new segment. It's we're gonna look at the this day in history. We're gonna see what happens. This way we can all learn day by day.
Yes.
Yes, that's our segment. We should not call it Weekend Update. We can call it I don't know, what's a good name?
Civilization End Update.
Civilization. Yeah, yeah. It's like in Civilization when you end your turn and all the news comes in. It's like,
Oh, also, I'm thinking we should rebrand this as just like a podcast about the advancement of human civilization, because we don't just talk about history. It's also like writers and shit.
I know that's a long description. It's a podcast about the advancement of human civilization. That's not bad. I like it.
Well,
No, it's good. No, I like it. We should also change your name. Instead of being That Happened, we have a more like progressive, kind of optimistic name. Like, yeah.
don't say cunt.
That's good. Well, that's progress. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good. That's advancement right there. Yeah.
Except in pitching the name.
Also,
I had-
DSC. It sounds like a cool nonprofit, so I think it's good. Yeah. Yeah.
The DSC. It sounds like somebody who swindles us into getting Biden as president.
Yeah, exactly. It's like paid for by the DSC. It's like we just get like,
Democratic,
Yeah.
socialist.
it's like, do you want to vote a very old crone into power? Yeah.
You want a crone?
You want a crone? I have many crones. Yeah.
You want it? We should give you a crone.
A crone. What is crone? Is like an old. Because there's a director Cronenberg. Is crone like a something? What's the etymology of that? Etymology.
Crone?
Crone.
Etymology of crone?
Is it just like a ghoulish old person? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. We could look up the etymology. Are you looking it up?
no, a crone, a old woman who is thin and ugly. Okay, that's kind of mean. It's pretty mean. It's just like
Yes.
Western beauty standards. Yeah, they're just
We stopped saying cunt, but moved on to crone.
crone. Yeah, honestly, I think I personally know a lot of women who would rather be called the former and not the latter. Yeah.
Did you find the etymology of it?
Oh yeah, let's see. It's a hard word to type. Etymology. Oh, it's from the Old Northern French carogne, which is like a cantankerous woman. And then in the Middle Dutch krunia, which is like a carcass or old ewe.
Old you.
Yeah. And then it was mixed with the English carrion, and it just became crone. So it's really just like the most offensive thing you can say to someone. Like,
We can make a song of it. An old you.
yeah, "ew's" a good word too. We should call women "ewe," like a EWE. Yeah,
We're trying to be progressive, but we're coming up with new slurs.
yeah. covering up our. So yeah, it's like we have no idea what I called you. I just did like a fucking 18-part chess move on you. You don't know.
We should denuclearize our slurs.
Yes, it's like proliferation, but it would be for the C word. Yeah.
Yeah. Non-proliferation.
Yeah.
Cunt non-proliferation treaty.
That's true because proliferation is you're putting nukes everywhere. You're building lots of nukes. The non-proliferation, you're reducing the nukes.
Yeah, if you're prolific nuke maker, you're making a lot.
He's an eclectic nuclear weapons guy. He has a bunch of niche ones you don't even know. It's okay.
He's a prolif.
All right, so let's see. So August 9th, let's see what happened. Wait a second. No, okay. This day in history. This is great. We just have a lot of dead air. That's everyone loves that. Okay. This day in history. It has that stupid. All right, there you go. All right, let's see. All right, in 48 A.D., Julius Caesar defeats Gnaeus Pompey at Pharsa. That's kind of boring. Who cares? It's just one battle with Caesar. Wait, actually, let me see if I can screen share this. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, there's the Battle of Thermopylae.
Thermopylae. I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
That's the same website I'm using.
That was the one you're on? Let's see. The Persian army defeats Leonidas. Right. Thermopylae.
Yeah, we should talk about the fact versus fiction of that.
Yes. Wait, do you not think that's true?
A lot of everything depicts Leonidas with a beard, but he was actually clean shaven.
Interesting. It was pretty hard to shave back then, too. You had to.
Yeah,
I lied. A douchey barbershop or anything.
Yeah.
Was it with a sword? I think.
Huh?
Did the Spartans shave with a sword?
No,
they had little swords. They could do it with.
They shaved with fire arrows, and they had their friends shoot fire arrows just to graze their.
You got it. Just one more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, like, because in 300 they're all ripped. They all have abs. It's probably. I think that's probably true. In the ancient days, you got a lot of exercise.
Well, they shaved their chests a lot so they could be hot for each other in the trenches.
Right, and put on the oil and have a lot of sex.
A lot of sex.
Yeah.
We should put that as the clip. You saying, yeah, put on the oil and have a lot of sex.
Yeah, we must have our soundboard. Honestly, yeah, it's very funny because, like, in ancient times, they would wear, like, not a lot of clothing. They had, like, a brass thing on their shoulder and a bare chest. But it'd be funny if, like, you went to World War I, there were a bunch of naked buff guys in a trench in, like, Passchendaele, France, and they're just getting gassed. Fellas, we could maybe put some clothes on. This is a bad idea. Yeah.
They're like, we don't have long to live. Let's fuck each other in the butt.
It'd be funny. It's like a World War I documentary. It's like, it was horrible. The horrors. I saw my friends die. I saw my friends blown to smithereens. But it's a good thing that we I missed them more because we actually had a lot of sex and I was very attached to it all. Yeah.
That's another good out of context. I miss it more because we actually had a lot of sex.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's so funny.
It's like, once Jerry blinded us with the mustard gas, I didn't care. Yeah. Anyone.
Yeah. Love is blind. Just like mustard gas. Mustard gas and love have a few things in common. They're both greenish.
Yes.
They both make you blind.
They're both green.
Aresh says erroneously that it's called Thermopylae.
Is it not? It is Thermopylae. So it's not Thermopylae, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Thermopylae.
Thermopylae.
But also, like, if only we just had like a Greek guy here to give us the answer.
Hey, Aresh, why don't we play a game of Thermopylae?
If you pass go, you get 200 arrows to the head. I don't know. What do you guess? Like the rules of Monopoly with Thermopylae? Never mind. I was just trying to riff. It's all good.
Aresh, right, I have a bit of an emergency.
What?
Let's cut this out. I will be right back.
Oh, okay. I'll pause it.
I'm sorry.
There we go. All right, we are back. Sorry, we just had a slight mishap there. We're back.
I had diarrhea.
There we go. Max is it's his story to tell, you know. I don't want to out someone, but if he's comfortable saying it, yeah, he had diarrhea. He cut this whole
Yeah.
thing short.
I said that Thermopylae pun and immediately got bad diarrhea.
I think that's the Spartans getting you from the grave. They don't like you mocking. Yeah.
They're like, how dare you make fun of our gayness?
Well, it's very apt that they would get you in the asshole for that.
Oh
You
no.
really know where to strike. It's like, you make fun
Like-
of us, take this. They just like spear you from down there.
Yeah, they like make his poop into molten poop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Molten poop.
That actually sounds like the Persian general who was like leading the forces. Like molten poop forces double us, double our numbers, and they're coming over the.
He talks like the head cobra from G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Get this. Get this.
This is. I'm pretty sure anyone who hisses like a snake when they talk is it's very hard for them to be a good person morally. They're usually pretty evil. Yeah. So anyone who does that is probably not a good guy. Yeah.
He's the first lady. I'm starting an initiative to get kids to read.
Yeah. I'm doing a program to help the homeless. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, the
Get this evil
homeless.
fish out of here. Yeah.
Then he keeps going, and then they start talking, but every time they do, he goes again. They're like, well, that's.
Yeah, they just keep putting him in stuff that starts with S just to fuck with him. Like, I don't want to be in the Senate. I want to be in the Congress. Yeah. I don't,
Oh, no.
I'm the Secretary of State.
The Secretary of
Yeah.
State.
It's rough. You know, just get typecast. It's horrible. Yeah. But then, there's definitely like a nice, calm voice that everyone will think you're a good guy if you're a politician. You know, just a nice, like, pragmatic, like, roll up your sleeves kind of thing. It's somewhere, yeah, somewhere like it's like talking like Obama, JFK, that area. It's good.
Yeah, Obama. Except JFK should have been Me Too'd and wasn't.
I know. Oh my God, it was terrifying. Yeah, there's a lot of
Also, Franklin Roosevelt should have been Me Too'd and wasn't.
Wait, who?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, him. Yeah. Wait,
And
but for
also-
what? For like the New Deal? Yeah.
No, but he, I don't know, he would just always like, his cousin would help him, and he would drive her out into the meadow so she could give him a hand job all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's weird because so many of those presidents come from those like very strange East Coast dynastic families. They just operate this like really weird way where like, yeah, they have like actual skull and crossbones meetings and like, you know, there's like a fucking a cavern underneath Yale where they all get drunk at and have incest and stuff. It's very weird.
Yeah,
But, like,
they do what they.
for literally 150 years, every president came from that ilk. It was weird. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's paid.
Yeah.
It's paid. Except Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln was. Yeah, he was in a log cabin. He was never in the weird frat boy kind of thing. He
just wrote better than all of them and got to the White House somehow. Who knows?
Because then you have to like move to DC. Like he'd like just get in a cart and like ride there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's the whole thing where like you get nominated in November, so then you can like fucking get your ass over there.
I have a joke I always say that's really bad when people say a company is called Honest.
Uh-huh.
They're like, you know, have you had Honest Aid? I was like, is that lemonade that'll deliver a pen to you over miles and miles and miles? You know, it's not a very expensive pen, and they
Honest Aid. Yeah.
Aid. That's a real lemonade company, and it's really good.
Mm. Wait,
We should
it's
get
called
some-
Honest Abe.
Honest Aid, ADE.
Oh, but it's clearly no. I've actually had Leninade. I've had that one.
Oh yeah, Lemonade.
Yeah, Lemonade. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make me more of a communist. It was tasty. It was good.
I was reading Bertrand Russell on famous people he knew, and he met Lenin. Yeah.
Wait, he met Lennon, really?
Yeah, he met Lennon and he was like, eh. He was like, he talked about how happy he was that they hung all these people, and I was horrified. That's what Bertrand Russell said. He was like, he said he got all these peasants to hang a bunch of these landowners, and he was so happy about it. There was like
That's
a spark in
amazing.
his eye.
That is hilarious, though. That's so funny. He's just like, it's like my day with Lennon. They just like bragging about it.
I mean, we should write a play, An Evening with Vladimir Lenin.
Oh my God, but to be fair, you know, like if you ever got a revolution to happen and you got peasants to just do stuff like that on your behalf, you would feel pretty cool about it.
I guess.
I've never given a speech that's gotten anyone to do anything. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never given a speech.
Yeah, I've told jokes, but I never told a joke that was good enough that someone goes home and hangs their landlord. That'd be amazing. I'd be so proud.
Have
Like,
you
what's the
seen
deal
the
with
movie?
landlords? Like later they kill their landlord. It'd be crazy.
Have you seen the movie The Fisher King with Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges?
No, that sounds like a fantastic lineup.
It's a Terry Gilliam movie.
Whoa, okay, I haven't heard of this.
It's one of my favorites, but Jeff Bridges plays a Howard Stern-like shock jock sort of fella. And he just says crazy things on the air, and something he says gets somebody to shoot up a shop
Oh my God.
or a restaurant, and then that's the beginning, and then it gets crazier from there.
Oh wow. Well, no, because that was a big deal. Like, what was the one with Reagan where someone saw a taxi driver and just like tried to shoot Reagan or something. It was really crazy. Yeah. Which is
I
funny
think
because Taxi Driver is
they
literally about a guy who also does that like in the movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Well, they did shoot him. He just didn't get hurt very
Yeah,
badly.
yeah, because there's a very famous photo of like the very inconspicuous G-man with like a just Uzi just in the air. He just like hit it in his jacket somehow. Because like yeah, 'cause, like the guy tried to shoot Reagan, like four FBI agents just came out of nowhere and gunned him down like immediately.
Oh wow, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it was it seemed like a lot easier to just get to the president back then. You could really just like find him at like a Denny's and just go for it. It was, yeah.
Just invite him to dinner.
Yeah, I
Like the
swear, like
Godfather.
he had no security. Like fucking Garfield was like he was shot on the train, like at a train station. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like the Godfather, where you go in and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom. They're like, when you gotta go,
Yeah.
and you just take the gun out from behind the toilet and go in.
See, honestly, I don't understand how people haven't caught on to the old go to the bathroom trick.
I don't know.
It's happened so many times. Like we were talking last week. What's his face? Lucky Luciano did the bathroom thing. He was a bathroom guy.
Was he?
Yeah, because he was playing cards with his boss, and he just went to with Joe Masseria. And he was like, I have to pee, and he's like went like wash his hands, and then just like just shot like 20 bullets into his boss. It just came out like, oh, that was weird. And then he's like, I wasn't involved in that. Then he just left. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
But it's like, yeah, like I would say, okay, to our listeners, if you're having dinner with someone and they haven't even had like an espresso or they haven't even had any kind of beverage and they just have to go to the bathroom all of a sudden, don't let them go to the bathroom. Have them pee in a cup or a bottle that's nearby, and don't let them get the chance to get a drop on you because they're trying to assassinate you if they do that.
I did that to you earlier today.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I went to
Yeah, Max leaves the podcast and just a bunch of Italians come in and whack me.
Yeah. It's like I have to go to the bathroom, and then two cars pull up and they start gunning.
No, yeah, it's like it's very hard to leave. Yeah, just on some Tinder date, you're like, if you'll excuse me, and then you just leave, and then like someone whacks the Tinder date, just so you don't have to like call them back or anything. It's awkward. Yeah.
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 We should do a cooking show called "I Have to Go to the Bathroom," and we have guests on, and we kill them every time.
It's like, did you see Seinfeld's first and last appearance? Yeah.
Oh no,
That's so
killing
funny.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
We should write a book like the Bill O'Reilly books, Killing Jesus and Killing Jesus. We should write one called Killing Seinfeld
Killing Seinfeld. Yeah.
by Bill O'Reilly. We'll say it's by Bill.
But Bill.
And we'll just pretend he really wants to kill Jerry Seinfeld.
Honestly, I could see that happening. He's probably already said that in a tirade. Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
When it would be funny if you bugged his house. It would be just like the Nixon tapes.
Yeah.
No expletive deleted and all that.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh,
Like,
that's no. Honestly, just I'm trying to think about that, like just being bugged. Like there's just because just every 2 minutes they'll be listening to 40 seconds of your what's going on in your house. That's kind of weird.
yeah.
Yeah, but also it's like how much do you talk by yourself? I'm pretty quiet.
Yeah, I say everything I do out loud. It's like, I'm making a password for the new nuclear football for the
Sick. I'm making an omelet. I'm calling Nikita Khrushchev. I'm doing this.
yeah.
You guys are like, wow, this is really helpful stuff. This is great for the wire. We have a lot of
Yeah. The password is girls boobs 69. and then you're just laughing for 30 minutes. Nice.
This is what I mean. We have to have a very vulgar president. I'm so tired of this aura of like posterity and like the president is always this like magically sterile guy. But at one point we said we should have a scumbag just to normalize it, and then
we have a very vulgar president, but he's not the right kind of vulgar.
yeah, he's not the vulgar I want. I want like a well-intentioned vulgar guy.
You want like a drunk.
Yes, I do want a drunk. Yeah.
He's giving a speech to the nation drunk. He's like who fucking cares about this anyway, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
He's just like hanging onto the podium for dear life. He's just like vertigo. He's like, oh god, yeah.
He's like, this is a long speech, and he crumples it up and throws it at the head of the speechwriter.
Yeah.
Shorten it while he's on the stage. He's like, shorten it. The speechwriter's crying with a pen, like crossing stuff out and making revisions, while the audience, like everyone around the pool on Pennsylvania Avenue, is waiting.
Just he opened the door to Air Force One, like a bunch of beer cans fall out. Yeah. It's like, oh, sorry.
Like, well, the door comes down like this, but he's just slumped against the door. So he's and then he just goes head first down the steps.
Yeah. He just swan dives down off the plane. I would love that. Just a real drunk. Yeah, it's like he'll like almost wage war and like forget about it the next day. He's like, oh, that was embarrassing. Sorry, I did not mean to attack Thailand. We're actually going to call everyone back.
Attack where?
Thailand. He's like,
oh, Highland?
Yeah, Thailand, the land of
Thailand.
Thailand.
Or
Myanmar, as they call it. Myanmar.
I thought you were saying Holland in a fucked up way.
Oh, Holland.
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 Yep. Have a Holland Christmas.
Wait, is it Holland? Because Holland is part of the Netherlands, which is also the Dutch. Very weird.
The Netherlands, I think, is made up of Holland and Flanders.
Yes, that was a big battle in like the First World War. Flanders.
Oh, they've had a lot of big battles.
A lot of big battles. Yeah.
They've had a whole fuckload of big battles because there was I mean, there were just Catholic Protestant fights forever.
Oh my god, yeah, forever. Yeah, there was just burning the stake. It's a very depressing place. It's just overcast and like mud. It's just a sad place. Yeah.
The Netherlands.
Yeah, it's really because Amsterdam's cool. There's like canals and like nice buildings. It's like green. There's a big river delta. But the rest of the place is a shithole. It's terrible. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good painters out of there, though.
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff to draw. You got a Van Gogh, Van Gogh.
You have Hercules Sagers.
What now?
Hercules Sagers.
It's a good name. That's a good name.
He's a great painter.
Hercules.
He's not very well known, but Werner Herzog wrote an essay on him, and that's how I got to know him.
I will use one of his paintings for the podcast thumbnail. I'll put it on.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
I posted one of his paintings on my Instagram like 2 days ago.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, I'll put that one. That was a nice painting.
Isn't it great?
I'm a big landscape guy. I like those. Yeah.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah.
Me too.
Can't do that anymore. He does that now. There's like gonna be a fucking McDonald's in there. Like edit out. You have to like mentally edit out all the McDonald's and the street signs and the guy throwing up. Back then, you had a lot more pastoral views to paint.
Yeah.
Sad.
That's true. And then you didn't have Photoshop, you just painted in something
Yeah.
else.
Well, I remember who was the president where like he had like rosacea really bad, so they just like didn't put it on. They did, like when they painted his portrait, they made him look a lot better than he actually was because he had like a just awful red cheeks and red nose from drinking.
Washington.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Possibly.
He was a really ugly guy. He had a huge ass.
Like Trump. Trump was a big ass.
Yeah, he does. He had a big ass, and then he pockmarked. He had a lot of skin problems.
Oh my god, I know. Awful.
Didn't have any teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, had that wooden teeth. And,
what a way to live. It's probably best that he died.
He was also the first millionaire in the United States.
And back then, that's if you account for inflation, that's not bad. So he literally could just buy Louisiana if he wanted to.
I guess.
Yeah.
What was it purchased for? Louisiana purchased?
I think it was like 1 point something million. Like France was like desperate for money, so it was like if I could take it. Yeah.
I think it was like 10 cents an acre.
Yeah, it was insane. It's like one of the most valuable ports ever, like in the country. It's like insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because then it was where Andrew Jackson defended against the British, and like, that's psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah. That piece of shit.
Dude, isn't it crazy how far the British got? Like they sacked New Orleans, they burned the White House down. They really gave us a go for our money in 1812. They were doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he won. Did the British just get bored and leave? Like, this isn't worth it. Whatever.
I don't know.
How did we not lose? I don't understand. Yeah.
We should do our next episode on that.
Yeah. Yeah, because the British and French controlled like Canada, like Quebec and stuff. That was close.
They burned down the White House, didn't they? The British.
Yes. Yeah, because I remember reading the original White House had pink bricks. And so now they had to rebuild it. Which is true. It's actually crazy. If you go to the Washington Memorial, like the middle section still has the pink bricks. It looks like a big cock ring on that thing. It's yeah.
Big cock ring.
Yeah. Also, it's hilarious. Like back then, they just wanted obelisks everywhere. They're like, we're a democracy. We love obelisks. We love columns and obelisks. Get some more obelisks in this fucking city. All of DC should just be obelisks and columns.
I know they wanted to be Greece so badly.
Dude, yeah. Because in DC, there's actually no building in like central DC that's above 5 stories because they want to be Paris so badly. They're like, we love Paris. We love the Parisian buildings and the wide streets and all that shit. Yeah, they loved Greece and France. They were like just hacking them.
Yeah, just make an American thing.
Yeah, to be fair, DC is beautiful because of that, but it is weird. It's yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's a nice town. Yeah, especially like the central part where like all the government stuff is. It's really cool. Like it is cool, but it is like you're in like a weird like. It feels like you're in BioShock Infinite. Like you're just in that game. It's cool. Yeah.
It's like a Greek. It's like the Greeks were just raptured.
Yes, it literally what it is. Yeah, it's like the corrupted Greece. Like
buildings.
It's like if Ayn Rand read a book about Greece and decorated your house, it'd be very
yeah. Queer eye for the objectivist guy.
Yeah, objectivist. Yeah. Oh man. That'd be a horrible house. I would never live in Ayn Rand's house.
An horrible house.
She would just be like, what is this mug? What is the purpose of this mug? She just throw it out. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Come on. There's a story of Charles DeGaulle at dinner with his wife. And they were coming to the end of his presidency. And somebody said, Madam President, after you get out of office, what would you like? And she said, a penis. and then Charles de Gaulle says, Madam means happiness.
Oh my god, that's like 1960, 50. Oh god,
Oh,
that's so funny. Happy.
happiness. Madam means happiness.
Just the whole ride back is like, you embarrassed me. you you
What?
you made me look like a fool. Yeah,
It's like hitting her.
yeah. You so, yeah.
I think it'd be funny if she is just as strong as he is, so she like hits her and she slugs him back.
Yeah. It's very funny because like obviously like DeGaulle is like the most famous French guy. He fought the Nazis. The fucking airport named after him. But it's funny because in Algeria he's like the most hated guy because he was a president during the Algerian Revolution. So it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Somebody told me, somebody they knew, was it you? Told me somebody, um, their family lived in Algeria for a while.
Oh, I no, I don't know that.
Somebody told me that. They said our family used to be in Algeria,
Mm,
and then actually my great grandfather tried to kill Charles de Gaulle and was put in prison for it.
that
I
was
can't remember
amazing.
who told me that. Somebody told me that.
Whoa, that's great. That's very interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was. I mean, like that's the weird thing is that like someone can be very progressive and fighting the Nazis, but like he still thought France should be a colonial power. It was like,
Yeah.
should still be.
I mean, Churchill was the exact same.
Yeah, well, it's crazy too. Like France literally had colonies in Africa until like the 70s and 80s. Like I forget which country. I think it was not Angola. It was another one that was like it was literally a colony until like 1979. It was weird.
Atlantis.
Yes, the underwater city of Atlantis is also a French colony. Yeah, they got to. They
Okay.
just colonized it. Like we found it and on the wood. Actually, the wreck of the Titanic is also a colony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
I realize I treat you like Conan O'Brien treats his secretary Sonam Obsessian sometimes.
Yeah,
I saw him talking to her and is saying like, "You came to America from your country in a basket."
yeah,
Shit
it's a
like,
great dynamic. Just my co-host shitting on me, isn't that wonderful?
no, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say we have a good Conan Andy vibe.
Conan.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good vibe. It's better
Andy,
than like an Opie and Anthony vibe, where like one of us is funny and the other one's just like a fucking awful. Just
yeah, one of
vacuum.
us is a funny piece of shit and the other one's a piece of shit.
Yeah, just a vacuum of fun that no one likes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, I could see us being pretty good shock jocks in like the '90s. Like we're just like calling people like, oh, yeah. I don't know.
We got to do that.
Yeah,
We got to do that today.
yeah. Take your tits out for history. Like, yeah. Just doing like fugitive call. Yeah. Oh, that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
That'd be a sad life. We just both become like underpaid radio guys in like Vermont, very small market radio. We think we're hot shots, but like no one even knows about us. Sad life.
We use the sound that goes beep, 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 beep,
Yes.
beep,
Yeah.
beep.
Yeah, a toilet flush button. One of those. Yeah. What's that? I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a person of real political import on, and we just make fart sounds over what they're saying. Like press a button.
Oh, good job. We totally owned Donald. Dick Cheney.
Donald
Yeah.
Rumsfeld. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking of the O&A where they like did that to him. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where
So,
Louis C.K. called him a lizard.
that was so funny.
That's the only
Like
good time. That was you can never top that. It was amazing. Yeah.
that's so good. I don't think I've heard a better thing on radio.
It was so
Like
good.
I just
It's
want
just
to
like,
know
well,
where you.
it's like why would he deny it? He won't deny it. He just it's because if he acknowledges the question, he's entertaining the possibility that he could be a lizard. Um,
No, I mean the only way to combat that is with humor. If he
Yeah.
had a sense of humor, he'd be able to get out of it. It's like I'm not.
well, because
Just like laughing, like,
didn't Rumsfeld say like a really weird, threatening sounding line where he was like, I know a lot of people. It was like, is that a threat? Like, what are you threatening me?
I know, Jesus.
Oh, that's funny.
I know. That's so.
Maybe Rumsfeld retaliated with the allegations against Louis. That was like a whole deep plan.
Oh.
He,
Oh, maybe.
yeah. Anyway. All right. Oh shit. So Should we end it? Because we're going to the park later, are we? Like,
Yeah. What time is it?
it's like 1:20, but I was gonna get some snacks and walk over there.
Oh, I meant what? How many minutes have we done?
Oh, I think we have like an hour. Yeah.
Good hour. Well, we didn't get to history much,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
which is okay.
It's okay. You know what?
We
This is
prefer
content. It's free
we
content.
prefer joking over history.
I think we had some good singers. That was a good sing.
Yeah, we had some good singers. It
Yeah.
was a good long riff.
It feels good. My riff muscles feel relaxed now. But you know what sucks is like once I riff enough, then I'm like done for the day. Like I got my brain doesn't have any more things to go off of. Because like,
Yeah,
then I'll do this. I'll riff later. I got nothing. I'm like,
that's the difference between us because it'll energize me. I could do 4 of these in a row, I think.
oh really? Well, it's the
I
same
would,
with spec. It's like I'm really just a one and done. Then I just pass out. I can't.
oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only thing that brings me joy is riffing. That's it.
Riffing. Yeah, no, that really is. Honestly, my whole life is just a pursuit of a good hang. That's all I want.
Yeah, pursuit of a good hang. When I'm not riffing with other people, I'm riffing with myself on the page. That's
Riffing.
literally all I do. That's the only time I feel happy.
I know it's really embarrassing, but like I do like the whole writing it out for an hour a day, and it's very cringy. Like just me with like my pretentious copy in my journal on my desk, just like writing with jazz music. It's pretty pretentious, but I need it. It's very sad. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
good
you
to
feel like
be.
Don Draper. You're like writing a good idea for it. Yeah.
But then you write something really good, and you're like, wow, I'm glad I wrote an hour today.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
No, it's
That's,
funny. I told someone on Tinder that I write for an hour a day, and they were like, they kind of called me a nerd. They're like, oh, what? They were like turned off by it. I was like, fuck you. I'm a creative. Yeah,
I'm a creative man.
yeah. I don't know what you do for an hour a day, lady.
I stopped using Tinder.
I hate it. Yeah. No, I remember we had that joke where it's like Tinder is like it's one of those signs that the civilization will collapse. You know, this is the decadence they were talking about in Rome. The barbarians are right over the walls right now. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
And
funny.
you know, we start using Tinder, we have orgies, we do drugs, and then the Gauls come in and they show us what's what. Yeah.
And the dolls can.
No, the Gauls. Sorry, Gauls.
Oh, golf.
Yeah.
I think you meant like women come in and civilize us.
Oh no, the dolls, the barbarians.
Dude, women civilize men. They're imperialists.
That'd be so funny. Like your girlfriend buys you a nice shirt just as like a nice gift. Like, stop colonizing me. Don't do that.
Stop
This is
colonizing.
imperialism. You're imperializing me right now. Get your dumb sweater off of my butt.
Did you see him imperializing me? You saw it, didn't you?
She puts up like a live, laugh, love on her wall. Like this is just like Algeria in 1952. You fucking yeah. Yeah. Wait a second. I just realized Charles DeGaulle. Is he a Gaul? Because he's from France.
Yeah.
Charles the Gaul. He's a Gaul.
Yeah. He's.
Yeah. That's an embarrassing name. He's literally his name is I'm a barbarian. This is
Yeah, that's true. It's
it's like if someone's name was Visigoth. You're like, what? Yeah.
Visigoth. Yeah.
Visigoth.
Or if Celts had names like Native Americans, where you just look at the first thing you see,
Yeah.
like little heads on pike outside.
Yeah. Hey, there he is. There's old Callum sheep sitting on a rock. There he is. Yeah.
Callum.
Yeah. I don't know. I imagine there's a lot of it's just sheep sitting around, heads on pikes. It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
I got an image just now of a bunch of sheep just sitting on like rocks and logs and stuff, just paring their nails for some reason.
just clipping their nails, little sheep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not tipping, but paring.
what's paring? Like with a knife?
Like doing all
Oh,
kinds of shit.
filing them. Their little
Yeah,
hooves.
filing and yeah.
Can you file a hoof? I think it's just one big block, isn't it? You can't. I don't know. I've never seen a
What?
sheep's foot before. Do they have a hoof, right? Or do they have feet? What do they have?
They have little hooves. Yeah,
They have little hooves. Yeah.
they've got cloven hooves.
Cloven hooves, right.
Like so, the Bible says not to eat them. The Old Testament says.
Wait, sheep is not in the Old Testament? You can't have a lamb?
No, it says do not eat animals that are cloven hoofed, and a sheep.
Ah, interesting. So like kosher, as I imagine, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Interesting, but it's funny because then Muslims and Christians are all about the sheep. I mean, Muslims slaughter sheep for like every holiday.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong. I know cloven hoofed was part of it. Well, maybe it has to be both cloven hoofed and chew the cud.
chew the cut. You're like, Rabbi, is this cool? He's like, nah, yeah, go for it. But if you see any cleavage, just don't eat it. Yeah. Don't-
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it opposite. Anything that chews the cud and has a completely split hoof is clean.
oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, chewing the
I
cud.
was wrong.
You would think chewing the cud's a bad thing.
Yeah,
Sounds
but no,
pretty
I guess
gross.
it cleans out their insides, the cud.
What's the cud?
It's like a thing that cleans out that you chew. I don't know. I
The
have no
cud.
idea. Let me look it up right now.
All right. You know what? We have a lot of questions to answer for next time. This is good.
Kid Cudi is
Kid
also.
Cudi. He's actually halal and kosher. You can eat Kid Cudi. It's good.
Cud is partially digested food returned from the first stomach of ruminants to the mouth for further chewing.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
That's sheep. Oh god, what a disgusting species.
Camels chew the cud, cows, goats, sheep.
I hate to say it, but I lost all respect for sheep now.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
all the cuteness is out of the window. I really don't have any respect for them anymore.
If I told a sheep that, like Aresh has lost all respect for you, the sheep would go, "Who the fuck is Aresh?
It's like,
Why do
someone's
I
talking
care?
shit about me. Wait, what?
Who the fuck is Aresh? Who is he to tell me he doesn't approve of me chewing the cud?"
Yeah. You tell a cow, you're like, I've had your milk. It wasn't that good. He's like, I don't give a shit, pal.
A
Good enough for
cow.
me. Yeah. Yeah.
Cow.
Yeah. You're like, hey, chicken. I had one of your drumsticks. Didn't even care. I ate like a half of it, spat it out. I wasted your drumstick. Like, dude,
Yeah.
come on. Don't be an asshole. Yeah.
The drumstick. Well, let's do another one later.
Later, I don't know. Because we'll hang. I might be riffed out, but we have two coming out. We have the one from last week that's going to be like a bonus, and we have this one, so it's going to be a lot of
Oh,
listening. So it's good.
a
A
bonus.
bonus, yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you at the pork.
All right, I'll see you in like 30 minutes.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.